Good evening. It's Wednesday. Time to do some stamping fun. It's the 4th of November. It seems like I have a shadow here, but one of my lights decided not to work. Let me see if I can get another one going here. Hi, Crystal. Bill's arm's in the ways. Trying to get my other light working. There we go. We'll get started in just a minute. Gotta love these technical difficulties. Let's see, I think that's a little better. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Tonight, we're doing Curvy Celebrations Part 2. If you remember last week, we talked about this kit, this bundle. It actually was released yesterday. It has the dies in it, and it has the Quite Curvy and the Curvy Christmas. And last week, we did Curvy Christmas and made some of these cards. And so this week, we're going to concentrate more on the Quite Curvy set and see what we can come up with. So these are a few of the cards that I did. I don't know, when I was first looking at this, I kept thinking like wedding and spring. I just thought it was so pretty. And so for this one, I stamped out the ivy, but when I stamped it, I did it with Versamark and then used clear embossing powder. I'm hoping that you can sort of see that shimmer on there. It's not an ink, it's clear embossing, and I heat set that. And then this piece was cut with this die. It cuts out the little pieces of ivy and embosses the stems. So, and then I did the little birds and just put that together. Quite simple. I did it as a birthday card. It felt like a lot of pinks for me today. And then this is the next one I did. I just love this set. This one I took the piece of paper and I cut it with this one, the edge one that does the dots. And I laid that over top of plaid tidings, and this was Melon Mambo, Bumblebee, and Pumpkin Pie. And so then I put this on a Granny Green Apple, because when I did this time, I stamped it with just the plain Memento ink, cut it out, and then when I colored it in, I wanted it to have a shadow, so I did my blend markers, and I did an Old Olive with a Granny Apple Green on top. And then just the little birds to say hello. And again, a birthday wish on the inside. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Maureen. Welcome. And then this last one I did is the one that we're going to work on tonight. This one I did, and this was the die that we're going to use tonight. And it'll cut the top, and it'll take this one piece and cut it apart. I wanted to do simple, and I'm bringing in one of my favorites from the annual catalog, the Daisy Lane, to sort of do a simplistic card. I haven't stamped the inside of this one yet because I'm not sure what I want it to be. Hi, Barb. So let's go ahead and get started. This card is actually, I think it looks sort of elegant, but it's actually pretty simple. So let me move some things out of our way. I'm going to have Bill assisting me with a couple things this evening. So this one, we're going to start with typical card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's our card base. The next layer on here is going to be cut the same size. It's, unless I cut it a little small here, 5.5 by 4 1/4. And the same way with this white one. This one is 5.5 by 4 1/4. For this one, what we're going to do is we're going to take this detailed edge die, and I'm going to put it down here in the middle of this card. And this is where Bill gets to come help me run this through the die machine this evening that's off to the side. I have a little weight restriction and lifting for a couple weeks, so we're going to let him do this off to the side here. If you'll run that through there, Bill. Thank you. I really, really love this set. There we go. Like magic, we have it back, and it cut it in 2 pieces for us. So what I'm going to do with this one, this will go on the top, and then this one, of course, will go on the bottom. We'll just have to trim it off a little once we decide where that's going to be placed. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one on the top and line up my edges. Get a little on the edge there to hold that edge down. It's funny, Bill went out today to pick up our turkey. We got it from a local farm, and he comes back and he says, they wished me a happy holidays. And he goes, goodness, I totally forgot we're getting into that holiday season. I think it's sneaking up on us this year with everything else that's been going on. Oh. Ah, okay, there we go. So then the next thing I want to do is I want to bring my sentiment in and stamp that. And I'm going to do thinking of you makes my day. And I want it to sort of curve around there, so I can curve this a little bit. There we go. And the paper that I'm using is Highland Heather. So I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape ink on it so it'll pop off the page. Take a peek here. That looks good. Looks like there's something on my Y there. Okay, let's try that again. Looks good. With these dies, you'll see all these little pieces that pop out. They end up getting on my stamps. All right, so we're gonna put that one right in there. Oh, I just love how that pops off the page. Now, for this one, we can leave this as wide or as narrow as we want. So I'm going to, whoop, way too much glue. Figure out where we want that to be. I think that looks good. And then we'll just trim that off once that glue dries a little. So far so good. So now what I want to do is to make this daisy. So again, I've got some Highland Heather. I have the little daisy stamp. I'm going to stamp this in the Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to do 3 of these to fill that flower in, so it gets that full look. We have the medium daisy punch. So we're just going to line these up. There we go. Punch them out. Let me cut these apart. Sometimes it makes it easier to line them up. There we go. I love their punches. Bill, would you mind punching this last one? I'll let him punch that last one out for us. So then all I do is I take a dab of glue, Stick it in the middle there. Offset the next daisy. Let's see where we want to put it. There we go. He's gone for precision here, ladies. Thank you. So again, I'm just going to put a little dab of glue in the middle. And then I should have done this before I put them all together, but I usually take my bone folder, just sort of break the fibers and curl those petals up a little to give them some dimension. All right, so this is dry enough. I'm just going to bring in my trimmer and take that edge off. Should be at that 4 1/4. There we go. So this is going to get mounted on top of my thick white cardstock. And then before we got started tonight, there is another die in this set that does these leaves. And I'm hoping that you can see them, but it cuts and embosses, so it has the little mark inside the leaf. I just think they're so cute. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here and leave those pop up. Put this one here. And then we're going to just take our daisy and put some in the middle. And we'll put that right on the top. We didn't do too good at punching tonight, but I think it's perfectly fine. And so then I brought in some of the pearls to accent it. We will grab our handy dandy tool here. And I took one of the big ones and put it in the middle. And then just a couple little ones here on the curve. And that's just all personal preference. You can embellish it any way you like. Looks like I got a little mark on the card there. And there we go. I just think these dies and the sentiments and all of it from this set is so beautiful. Like I said, they went on sale yesterday in a bundle. So these are the cards from this week using the Quite Curvy. And then these are the ones from last week with the Curvy Christmas. So it gives you a lot of different opportunity with these sets. They're a lot of fun. I just love this purple and green. So I hope you guys enjoyed this evening. Thanks for joining me as always. And we will see you next week, same time. Thanks. Bye-bye.